Welcome back to another episode of This Needs to Be Addressed. I'm your host, Mwest, with my co-host, Nug. And today we are about to fight each other to the death. All right. Nintendo Switch 2 is on the horizon. And I think this is a good time for us to kind of revisit what features and things we want for the Nintendo Switch 2. What do we hope that it comes with? So Nug, do you want to kick it off first, or do you want to hear some of the things that I'm looking forward to with the new Switch 2? How do you want to do this?
All right, so I'll start it off. Let's zoom in here. The Nintendo Switch 2 should not be a thing, right? Or if it's going to be a thing, they need to make sure that they're giving me the right type of stuff, right? Personally, I think that we need to have better internet support for your software. Your online sucks, okay? Friend request on the Switch 2. I don't need to be putting in a telephone number or a MAC address to add somebody as a friend. All right. And that's like it for me. Those are like the basic things. Online voice chat. I don't care about the graphical power or the screen size for a Switch. I don't really play it handheld that often. And I don't care to see Mario or Zelda in 4 and 8K. So I know people say frame rates. I don't care about that. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom ran fine. Mario Odyssey runs fine. I just don't feel like that's Nintendo's brand to be diving into that. And they start playing that game. It's a never-ending cycle. There's a reason they stopped playing that game with the GameCube, and they went more towards fun instead of graphical fidelity and frame rates. But that's just me. We'll see.
All right. For me, I have a longer list of things that I want, and Nug's going to yell at me. And number one, I do want a slightly bigger OLED screen, so it has to come with that. I want better battery life, or longer battery life. I want better, I guess, like internet stability, like how it connects and how it's able to stabilize. I do want it in handheld mode for it to run at a locked 1080 60 no matter what game I'm playing. And then when it's docked, I want it to be on par at 2K to 4K with some of these games. I have the screens that can handle that resolution, and that's kind of what I want to see. And not saying that Zelda or Mario has to run at that resolution, but there are other games out there like Call of Duty. Like I've been watching a friend play Dead by Daylight on their Switch. It looks gross. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. I watched them play Fortnite. It looks horrible. I just think that it can use. I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not
Okay.
done. All right.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm not being respectful.
Y'all saw me have to get. I know. No, I know this conversation gets Nug heated. He doesn't like my opinion, but so those things, and on top of that, the stuff that Nug mentioned. So, better performance, bigger screen, has to be OLED, and I want it to be in dock mode for it to be able to handle some of these higher resolutions and run some of the latest and greatest games, so that Switch players have the opportunity to play these games in nicer quality than they're getting now. To just be more competitive with not competitive, but for it to look nice, closer to what we're playing now on most of the generations. So those are like my basic asks from the new Switch 2, and it's right around the corner and it's on the horizon. And I don't want any stick drift, no stick drift right out the gate, right? None of that. So those are my asks. What do you got, Nug? What's your rebuttal for that? Wow, he doesn't even want to talk to me.
This is gonna sound hateful. This is gonna sound rude. People aren't gonna like what I have to say, man. We're gonna zoom the camera in for this.
Why do you keep zooming in?
I'm zooming in for this take. I am zooming in. Look at me. In 2024, you should not be playing certain third-party games on your Switch. Why do we need Mortal Kombat on the Switch? Fortnite on the Switch, Dead by Daylight, Call of Duty. Why are we trying to play these games on in a world where you could play these games on anywhere else? I never had sympathy for people who were like, I need my Nintendo Switch to run the latest games in 4K.
That's what my mom and dad bought me. That's all I have.
Children,
you rich
children, you're exempt. Children, as a grown man or woman, you should not be out here playing third-party games on your Switch. Sue me.
Wow. Hashtag clip
GTA's not
that.
coming to the Switch. GTA's not
Clip.
coming. What? The Switch is it's a Nintendo thing. They have found their lane with making their third party games. Why are we begging them to give us third party experiences when they have their first party? Why are we begging them to give us third party experiences where their first party is that good? I don't understand the logic in why does Mortal Kombat look good on my Switch? How it looks on my PS5 and Xbox? Because it's a $500 system versus a $300 system. That's why.
Well,
What
you
are
know
we doing?
the new Zelda game that just came out. Whatever it's called, it's very
Tears of
cartoonish,
the
right?
Kingdom? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not.
it's having frame rate issues, and even the previous Legend of Zelda had issues doing some stuff until they issued a bunch of patches. So I feel like the system's outdated, and for some of the things that they're trying to do, they need some more performance in today's time. I mean, so even if they don't go to the fullest extent, it needs more power to run these games at the correct frame rates that Nintendo's even just trying to push. So a lot of their first party games are struggling on their current hardware. Fair?
No. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to the people. I haven't had any issues with the first party games that I have played, but I didn't get the latest Zelda game. I skipped over Princess Peach and I skipped over Mario Luigi Bromance or whatever the hell it was called. I
Okay.
skipped over those three. So I
Fair.
don't know what the recent ones are doing, but Zelda worked fine, the Mario worked fine. There are other games that I mainly play, they have worked fine, but I understand that they need better stuff for their first party. If their last Zelda or Link game didn't do very well, the cartoon one that just came out last week, I get that. That makes sense. But Mortal Kombat and all this other stuff, I don't care about that stuff running well on the Switch.
Okay.
You shouldn't either. Get a PS4 or an Xbox One.
I do, and I play a lot of games, and I'm excited for it, man. Whenever it comes out, and I'm gonna be at the midnight release. So let me ask you this last question. So, Switch 2, yay or nay?
Switch 2, I'm not going to say nay, despite how I'm bashing them. I think that it's a mixed answer. It could be a yay if they do the things that are important. Fix your damn software, discount your games sometimes, stop the stick drift, give us better, like you said, internet access, better battery life. The shit that matters. Don't come at me with you can now get 60 frames per. I don't want to hear that. So it depending on when we actually get a full on commercial, a full on launch day, a full on reveal and pre order, I can give you a full on yay or nay. Right now, it could be a yay if they do what they're supposed to do.
100% it's a yay for me. No matter what they do, I'm gonna pick it up. If it's still missing everything that we talked about today, I'm still gonna pick it up, regardless. and I
Robbing you blind, robbing you blind.
and I'm the least
Take my
biggest
wallet,
Nintendo
Nintendo.
fan.
Yeah, and that's crazy because you hate on Nintendo off camera, then you get on the pod and it's like, you know what? Actually, Nintendo's so cool. It's like, what the hell?
Well,
Man?
that's the thing because being someone that consumes their content, plays their games, I'm passionate about it, and so I have a lot of issues with it, and I feel like a lot of people turn a blind eye to Nintendo because of all the nostalgic games that they make. So I as a current modern console player and gamer, I feel like they're missing a lot of things that make me comfortable, and one of those things is being able to communicate or use Discord to chat with you comfortably, or exchange friend codes very easily. Just the basic stuff that I wish that they would fix, right? So those are some of my gripes that make me complain about them a lot, but I still enjoy my Marios. I grew up playing Mario since Mario the first one all the way to the most current one. It's a huge part of my life.
I got a point right there too.
Well,
I know we're winding down, but they could make so much money actually re-releasing or remastering their older games and just bringing them back. Mario Strikers was a flop, but like Mario Baseball, they already did Mario Tennis, the Olympic Games, like doing some of their older games from the GameCube, the 64. I'm not talking about like on their cheap online service where you have to, play it over Wi-Fi or whatever, stream it. Like actually dropping some of these games physically, you can make a lot of money that way too. I think there are so many things that Nintendo has not tapped into. So that's where I'm like, you're right with the nostalgia point, but tap more into that.
Oh, sorry. One last thing. I wanted to say they need to have backwards compatibility day one. I know a lot of manufacturers like they think about that last, but like the minute the new system comes out, all the previous games can't work for a little bit until they figure out how to emulate it on their new system, and that kind of sucks, right? So hopefully that new Switch has the ability to emulate or allow me to play whatever Switch games I have currently on that newer system and maybe see some performance increases.
If they change cartridges, I'm out. I'm done with Nintendo. If they tell me I gotta buy all my Switch 1 games back on the Switch 2 again, I'm done. I'm selling it, and I'm going to buy a PS5 Pro.
All right. Well, let us know let us know some of the features that you're looking forward to in the comments below. Let me know if you're gonna buy one. Nug is wrong. I'm right. I'm getting one hands down. Other than that, I think we're out, right?
Yeah, we're out. Shout out to West and Nintendo, man. For the small price of whatever the Switch 2 costs, you too can play Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Yellow, Pearl, Orange, Gold for the 10th time. We're gonna remaster that and give you the same Pokemon game that's 40 years old on Switch 2, baby.
You cold blooded. You always got some killer ending. All right, peace.
All right.